Imagine stepping out onto your balcony, your patio, or even just walking over to a sunny window in your home and picking fresh, juicy lemons straight from your own tree. No garden, no big yard, just a simple pot producing fruit again and again. Sounds impossible? It's not. But here's the truth: most people try growing lemons in containers and fail. Not because it's hard, but because they miss a few critical details. In today's video, I'm going to show you 10 powerful tips that can turn an ordinary potted lemon tree into a fruit-producing machine. Stick with me, because some of these small changes can completely transform your results. I'm going to walk you through exactly what works, from choosing the right container to dialing in watering, sunlight, and even boosting pollination. By the end of this, you'll know how to turn even the smallest space into your own mini citrus orchard. And if you enjoy learning practical gardening tricks like this, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Now here's the thing: lemon trees aren't just for large outdoor gardens. They actually adapt incredibly well to containers. Whether you're working with a balcony, a patio, or just a bright corner inside your home, growing lemons in pots is absolutely doable. But success comes down to getting a few key things right. Let's start with the foundation. Tip number 1, choose the right pot. Everything begins here. If your container is wrong, nothing else really matters. Lemon trees need space for their roots to grow and expand, so going too small is one of the fastest ways to stunt your tree before it even gets started. Ideally, you want a container that's at least 18 inches wide and just as deep. That extra space allows the roots to develop properly, which directly affects how much fruit your tree can produce. But size alone isn't enough. Drainage is just as critical. If water gets trapped in the pot, the roots will sit in moisture for too long, and that's when root rot starts to take over. It's one of the most common reasons lemon trees fail in containers. Always make sure your pot has proper drainage holes at the bottom so excess water can escape easily. When it comes to material, you've got options. Clay pots are breathable, which helps with airflow and prevents excess moisture, but they do dry out faster. Plastic pots, on the other hand, hold moisture longer and are easier to manage if you don't want to water as often. Neither is better, it really depends on your routine. The key is balance: enough space, proper drainage, and a material that fits your watering habits. Before moving on, think about your current setup. Is your pot helping your tree or quietly holding it back? Tip number 2, use the right soil. Soil is the foundation of everything your tree depends on, and lemon trees are surprisingly picky about it. What they want is simple: soil that drains well, holds just enough moisture, and allows air to reach the roots. If your soil stays wet for too long, the roots suffocate. Growth slows down, leaves start to drop, and eventually, the entire tree can decline. That's why heavy, compact soil is a big mistake. The easiest solution is to use a cactus or succulent mix. Even better, if you can find a citrus-specific blend, that's ideal. These mixes are designed to strike the perfect balance between moisture retention and drainage. If you prefer making your own mix, you can combine standard potting soil with perlite or coarse sand. Perlite is especially useful because it creates tiny air pockets in the soil, improving both drainage and root aeration. What you're aiming for is a light, fluffy texture that allows roots to spread freely. There's another factor many people overlook: soil pH. Lemon trees prefer slightly acidic soil, ideally between 5.5 and 6.5. If the pH drifts too far in the wrong direction, your tree won't be able to absorb nutrients properly, no matter how much you fertilize. So keep it simple: well-draining, slightly acidic, and never compacted. Get this right, and you've already solved half the battle. Tip number 3, give your tree enough sunlight. Lemon trees love the sun. Not just a little, they need a lot. We're talking at least 8 hours of direct sunlight every single day if you want strong growth and consistent fruit production. If you have an outdoor space like a balcony or patio, place your tree where it gets full sun exposure. The more light, the better. Sunlight directly fuels the tree's ability to produce energy, which translates into healthier growth and more lemons. If you're growing indoors, positioning becomes even more important. A south-facing window is your best option because it captures the most sunlight throughout the day. Even then, depending on your location, natural light might not always be enough, especially during winter. That's where grow lights come in. A simple grow light placed a few inches above the tree can make a huge difference. It mimics natural sunlight and keeps your tree active even when outdoor conditions aren't ideal. And if temperatures drop, especially in colder climates, you'll need to bring your tree indoors. Lemon trees are not frost tolerant. Cold weather can damage leaves, halt growth, and, in extreme cases, kill the tree entirely. Light is energy. Without enough of it, nothing else works. Tip number 4, water the right way. Watering sounds simple, but it's where most people go wrong. Too much water and the roots rot. Too little and the tree dries out. The key is balance. Instead of watering on a fixed schedule, pay attention to the soil. Stick your finger about 2 inches deep. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still moist, wait. Lemon trees prefer a deep, thorough watering followed by a period where the soil dries out slightly. Constantly wet soil is dangerous, especially in containers where drainage is limited. During the growing season, you might water every 3 to 4 days, depending on your climate and how quickly the soil dries. In winter, when growth slows down, watering becomes much less frequent. Sometimes once every 7 to 10 days is enough. The biggest mistake? Watering too often without checking the soil. Let the tree tell you what it needs. Tip number 5, fertilize consistently. If you want your lemon tree to produce fruit, feeding it properly is non-negotiable. Nutrients are what drive growth, leaf development, and fruit production. During the active growing season, spring through summer, you should fertilize every 4 to 6 weeks. A balanced, slow-release fertilizer works well, especially one with a slightly higher nitrogen content to support healthy foliage. Healthy leaves mean better photosynthesis, and better photosynthesis leads to more energy for fruit production. When applying fertilizer, avoid placing it directly against the trunk. Spread it around the base and water it in so nutrients can reach the roots effectively. As the season transitions into fall and winter, reduce fertilizing. The tree naturally slows down during this time and doesn't need as much input. Overfeeding during dormancy can do more harm than good. Think of fertilizer as fuel, but only when the engine is running. Tip number 6, prune and shape your tree. Pruning isn't just about making your tree look neat. It directly affects how well it grows and how much fruit it produces. Start by removing any dead or damaged branches. These don't just look bad, they drain energy and can invite disease. Clean cuts with sharp pruning shears help the tree heal quickly. Next, shape the tree. Trim back long, thin branches that stretch too far out. Remove any branches that cross or grow inward toward the center. This improves airflow and allows sunlight to reach deeper into the tree. A well-shaped tree is stronger, more balanced, and far more productive. It also prevents the plant from becoming too top-heavy, which is especially important in containers. The best time to prune is early spring, just before new growth begins. But don't hesitate to remove problem branches whenever you see them. Tip number 7, support heavy branches. As your tree starts producing lemons, something interesting happens. The branches begin to struggle under the weight. In a container, this becomes even more noticeable because the tree doesn't have the same structural support as one planted in the ground. Without help, branches can bend or even snap. A simple solution is to use stakes. Place one near the trunk and gently tie the branches using soft ties or garden twine. This redistributes the weight and keeps everything stable. You can also use cages, similar to tomato cages, to provide support as the tree grows. It's a small step, but it prevents major damage later. Tip number 8, help with pollination. Lemon trees are self-pollinating, which means they don't need another tree to produce fruit. But that doesn't mean you can't improve the process. If your tree is outdoors, wind and insects will usually handle pollination naturally. But indoors, things are different. Without movement, pollen doesn't spread as easily. You can gently shake the tree to simulate wind, or use a small brush to transfer pollen between flowers. It only takes a few seconds, but it can significantly increase your fruit yield. Sometimes, a tiny adjustment like this is the difference between a tree that flowers and one that actually produces lemons. Tip number 9, control pests early. Pests are inevitable, but they don't have to be a disaster. Common ones like aphids, spider mites, and whiteflies can weaken your tree if left unchecked. The key is early detection. Regularly inspect the leaves, especially underneath where pests like to hide. If you catch them early, they're much easier to manage. Natural solutions like neem oil or insecticidal soap work well and won't harm your plant when used correctly. Spray thoroughly, especially on the undersides of leaves, and repeat as needed. You can even introduce beneficial insects like ladybugs, which naturally feed on pests and help keep your tree protected. Healthy trees resist problems better, but attention is what keeps them safe. Tip number 10. Maintain the right temperature. Temperature plays a bigger role than most people realize. Lemon trees thrive in warm conditions, ideally between 18 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius. Within this range, growth is strong and fruit production is consistent. But once temperatures drop below 10 degrees Celsius, the tree begins to struggle. Growth slows, stress increases, and prolonged exposure can cause serious damage. If you live in a colder climate, bring your tree indoors before temperatures fall too low. A bright window combined with stable indoor warmth will keep it healthy through winter. If your tree stays outside, protect it from sudden cold snaps using frost cloth or coverings. Even a simple layer of protection can make a huge difference. And in extremely hot climates, a bit of afternoon shade can prevent leaf burn and stress. Temperature is something you can ignore. It quietly controls everything. So when you put it all together, growing lemons in containers isn't complicated, but it does require attention to detail. The right pot, the right soil, proper light, careful watering, and consistent care all work together to create the perfect environment. Follow these 10 tips, and you're not just growing a plant, you're building a system that produces fruit again and again right from your own home. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's been your biggest challenge growing citrus in pots? I'd love to hear your experience. Thanks for watching, and remember, with the right approach, even a simple pot can become something incredibly productive. Happy gardening!